So I'm going to do a song from the singer that made Eric Darling fall in love with a 12-string guitar. And that song became a huge hit in 1963, and suddenly there was a huge market for 12-string guitars, all started by one song. Young comes Miss Rosie, how in the world do you know? I can tell her by her apron and the dress she wore, umbrella on her shoulder, piece of paper in her hand. Oh, well, she come to tell the governor, turn loose of my man, let the midnight special shine its light on me. Oh, let the midnight special shine its ever-loving light on me. Now you wake up in the morning, hear the ding-dong ring, and you go marching to the table. You see the same damn thing, knife and fork are on the table, but there's nothing in your pan. If you say anything about it, you're in trouble with the man. The midnight special shine its light on me. Oh, let the midnight special shine its ever-loving light on me. Now, if you ever go to Houston, Lord, you better walk right, and you better not swagger, and you better not fight. Sheriff Benson will arrest you. Hey, and Boone will take you down. Those are the deputy sheriffs. You say anything about it, you're Sugarland bound. With the midnight special shine its light on me. Oh, let the midnight special shine its ever-loving light on me. I want to tell you a little something about Leadbelly. This was the first song he recorded for John Lomax. He was in prison at the time in Louisiana. And Lomax came around collecting African-American folk songs, and Leadbelly was the first informant and the most knowledgeable informant that he ever met. And he sang this song, but this song grew out of an earlier song that Leadbelly had learned, with the same theme of the light shining on me being a symbol of freedom, because the idea behind that train song, which was also a prison song, was every night the midnight special would come by your jail cell, and if the light from the front of the train shone on through your cell, that was an omen that you'd get paroled the next time you went before the parole board. Leadbelly got that symbol from an old spiritual that was sung during the days of the Underground Railroad. And the same idea came out of the song called Let the Light from the Lighthouse Shine on Me. And those were not just symbolic lighthouses. They were real lighthouses on the coast of the eastern seaboard that were indicators of whether or not an escaping slave would have sanctuary for the night. So if the light on a lighthouse was on, that meant to the conductor, the Harriet Tubmans of the time, that you could stay the night at a local farm. If the light was turned off, that meant you had to keep traveling north. And those lighthouses have been preserved. National Geographic did a cover story on them 25 years ago, the lighthouses of South Carolina. So when Leadbelly learned the song in church, he sang a song that was actually sung by escaping slaves. And he said they sang it different ways in different churches. In the Baptist church, they sang it as a slow hymn, what he called a line-out hymn. You sing a line, and then the chorus sings a line back. He said in the Methodist church, they sang it with a little rhythm, and it picked up in speed. But he said if you wanted to hear it really sung right, you had to hear the Holy Rollers sing it. And that's what he called rock church. And Leadbelly called that rock church 25 years before Alan Freed used the term rock and roll to describe music that came out of the African